Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dale Gorman, and this evening I'll be presenting a PowerPoint on the Geelong Football Club in line with Assessment 4. And my student ID is 13240. So the purpose of today's presentation is to identify key components within the Geelong Football Club, which includes the Geelong Football Club in the sports administration environment, the organisational structure at the Geelong Football Club, and the organisational culture at the Geelong Football Club. So the Geelong Football Club is situated within the professional sporting sector. Hoy outlines two distinct features that qualify sporting organisations as professional or not. Firstly, they exist at the top of the relevant sports code industry and share commercial and financial operations, and players and staff are paid to train and play the game as full-time employment. So Geelong falls under those two categories. As defined by Hoy, professional sport exists to generate revenue to sustain operations. It's important to remember that the three sectors within the sporting industry overlap. For example, the non-profit sector is the governing body of the professional sector in the AFL context. So the AFL is the governing body of Geelong. Then we move into organisational structure itself. So every sporting organisation is governed by the need to have defined tasks, roles and responsibilities that are arranged under an organised structure. The Geelong Football Club is modelled off a bureaucratic hierarchical organisational structure, which according to Hoy includes a clear chain of command that is specifically groups the staff and teams into roles, functions or tasks. The information from the Geelong Football Club website as of 2020 details the following groups form the organisational structure of the Geelong Football Club. So you have a board of directors, which is broken into the higher level, which includes the president, the vice president and 7 directors. And then under that, they have the executive team, which includes the chief executive officer, community development manager, the chief commercial officer, media and public relations manager, people and culture manager, general manager of football, and the chief financial officer. So the next slide, we have a representation of the Geelong Football Club competitors. And the clubs I've chosen are the Western Bulldogs, which is the most geographically closest AFL club to Geelong. And the other club that was selected was the Richmond Football Club, which has the highest membership numbers in the AFL. This information was taken from 2018. As you can see, there's a distinct relationship between the amount of membership numbers and the revenue from operating activities aligned with that. So what we can see here is a trend that the higher the membership numbers, the greater potential for revenue raising. So moving on to the Geelong Football Club organisational strategy now. So taken from the Geelong Football Club Strategic Plan 2016, the mission of the Geelong Football Club is to be the greatest team of all. A club people can be proud of because of how we play the game, live our values, conduct business and engage with the community. The vision of the Geelong Football Club, to live by our values, to help drive our high performance culture the Geelong way. So moving to some key objectives of the Geelong Football Club now, and that arguably of all AFL clubs is to win premierships through on-field sustained success. The Geelong Football Club identifies the following ways in which the club will contribute towards that objective. So development of an alternate training venue, be the club of choice for players, delivery of cutting-edge outcomes through a strategic partnership with Deakin University, which includes research projects. All players have a player action plan in place, aim to spend 100% of the total player payments each season. So that means that club is paying its athletes the most possible, and support growth through the development of pathways programs. A key performance indicator of the Geelong Football Club is to make a difference in the community. Ways in which the club measure this KPI are as follows. Advocate, lead and role model positive change on social issues which are aligned to the club values. Strive to make the community proud of the club. Promote health and well-being in the community, and share the Geelong story with the community. When we have a look at the objectives of the Geelong Football Club and cross-pollinate that with the mission statement or elements out of the mission statement, we can see a clear relevance. So, for example, on the left-hand side in Table 1, to win premierships through sustained on-field success. If we take, part of the mission statement out of that, to be the greatest club of all, that is directly relevant to that statement. The next one, to make a difference in the community, a club people can be proud of because of how we play the game, live our values, conduct business, and engage with the community. So these are very closely aligned, and as we unpack a couple of the objectives or KPIs of the club, they are extremely relevant to the mission statement. The Geelong Way is a slogan within the Geelong Football Club that encompasses a number of key components. So it encompasses values and culture, purpose and direction, planning and execution, developing leaders on and off the field, having a will to win, and sustained success. So the values at the Geelong Football Club are held in the highest regard and support a high-performance culture both on and off the field. They include integrity, so to uphold high standards of behaviour, have a deep respect for honesty and always work within the rules. Commercial and considered, driving for a good commercial outcome, always take the needs of our stakeholders into account. United, being selfless, supporting each other and caring for each other, and collaboration across the club. Conviction, everyone involved with the club is fully committed and gives 100% effort all the time. Adventurous, enjoy facing the industry's challenges and embrace progress with open arms. Precision, club expects excellence in everything and is accountable for maintaining high performance environment. And respectful, all people are treated with respect regardless of their background or position. So the observable components of culture within the Geelong Football Club, referred to by Hoy as symptoms, are language. So the Geelong Way is a really good example of that slogan that's used around the club, which, as we mentioned previously, encompasses a number of key components. Artefacts, so the fact that the club has won 9 premierships would ensure that there would be premiership club cups on display at the club. And stories. Geelong is the second oldest continuously existing professional club in the world. An important symptom within the Geelong Football Club is language. The Geelong Way is ultimately what the club strives to achieve both on and off the field, which may have led to its success over the years. So, in summary, we know now that the Geelong Football Club is the second oldest AFL club and is part of the professional sector. The Geelong Football Club has a strong focus on community engagement and strives to be the best football club in the AFL. The strategic management of the Geelong Football Club is closely aligned with the organisational culture, in particular, the language, the Geelong Way. The purpose of this presentation was to identify key components of the Geelong Football Club, and references are as follows. Thank you for listening.